Um, Welcome all to the 28th episode of STEM Girls Talkshow. We are very happy and glad to have you here. We are here due to the efforts of African Girls Empowerment Network, and on this episode, we will have two wonderful guests, Dr. Yvonne Sena Acosualo and Dr. Estelle Ngozi Odafe. Thank you so much for your participation, doctors. My name is Gabriela Villa, and I will be the host for this talk show this time. And well, to get into context before starting the event, I will briefly explain what H Network does with the program of STEM Girls in the area of education by reading the next introduction. And please, I ask you, please, to keep your microphones mute. Women are no less than any men in any field. Over time, we have seen several examples of women excelling in various STEM fields and serving the society for the larger cause. We at the STEM Girls Initiative aims to groom girls with the same kind of inspiration and see as hard to excel in STEM fields and do their best. This talk show is a platform for the women in STEM to talk to the girls aspiring to excel in it. We are sure that after hearing from our guests, all the audience will be inspired to reach the stars. During this talk show, we will be conversing with a woman in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. A woman who has made her mark and now graciously taking the time to tell us about her journey and share with us her wisdom. And now it is time to present our guests. Today we have two wonderful guests. First, let me introduce you Dr. Yvonne. Dr. Yvonne Law holds a BSc degree in geology and physics, MPhil and PhD in geology from the University of Ghana with concentration in hydrogeology and hydrochemistry. She is a senior lecturer at the Department of Earth Science, University of Ghana, and has over 10 years of experience in university teaching and research. Her research is focused on hydrochemical characterization of both surface water and groundwater systems. She has conducted research into the assessment of pollution status in water supply aquifers in African cities and also assists to develop groundwater monitoring systems in some mine areas. She has also been engaged in another extension activities, mainly in creating awareness about health science education. She has received various awards and fellowships that include the Anita Enrica Hydraulical Project, OIT PhD Research and Sponsorship, and Rochester International Council Fellowship of Doctoral. This completion during her MPhil and PhD studies. She is passionate about solving environmental problems and mentoring females in STEM. She is married with two children. Hi, Dr. Yvonne. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi. Good
Yes.
afternoon.
Glad,
Thank you so
good
much for being
afternoon.
here.
Yeah, thank you also for having me. I am very happy to have been invited and to share my experiences and my journey with the younger ones. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. And well, now let me introduce you our second guest, that is Dr. Esther Ngozi Odafe. Dr. Esther Odafe is a seasoned educationist, research and entrepreneur with over 20 years of academic and professional experience. She graduated from Edo State University, Ekpoma, Nigeria with honors in BSc ED Mathematics Education. She also holds an MEd Mathematics Education and PhD Curriculum Studies Mathematics Education from University of Benin, Nigeria. Esther was founder of a school, nursery, primary, and college in Benin City, where she taught and managed the institution for several years. She has also worked in various other institutions of higher learning and private organizations, including Gandalin Research Texas, USA, where she held the position of quality control specialist. She currently works with the University of Benin as an adjunct lecturer. Dr. Odafe has attended and presented original research papers at several international conferences. Her major research focus is in the area of curriculum mathematics, counseling, psychology, and participation of females in STEM, science, technology, and mathematics. She has several published works in leading academic journals and conference proceedings. She is a researcher in academia and a businesswoman. Hi, Dr. Esther.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity of being here today.
Thank you so much for joining the movement and to be here with us. And well,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Are you both ready to start, doctors?
Yes, we are.
Yes,
Yes, I am.
Perfect. Well, the dynamic for the interview will be the next one. I will ask the question, and each one of you doctors will have the opportunity to answer. In case someone wants to share your screen, you can do it. Just let me know, and I will stop sharing mine. Is that okay?
I didn't,
okay.
there was some background
Oh,
noise. I didn't quite hear you properly.
let me please keep your microphone mute. Um, I was asking if someone needs to share the screen. You can ask me, and I will stop sharing mine.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. Well, before we start, you can do a brief introduction about yourself. Before we
Oh,
start, you can do a brief introduction about yourself.
oh, okay. Self-introduction. Okay, so like you rightly said, my name is Dr. Yvonne Sena Akosua Low, a hydrogeologist and very much interested in the quality of the water. So we call it hydrochemistry. I attended my primary education here in Ghana through to second cycle in the university here in Ghana. I got to the university, I read geology with physics as for bachelor's, and then read my MPhil with the hydrogeology specialization and my PhD also in hydrogeology, looking at quality of water for drinking and also for irrigation purposes. I got employed in the university right after my master's degree and have been here since 2008. I got the opportunity to be a graduate assistant when I was reading my master's and then followed through to become a lecturer here and then did my PhD. So that is my journey as a self introduction.
Thank you so much. Now, Dr. Esther, would you want to introduce yourself?
Okay. Dr. Esther Ngozi Odafe. I did all my schooling in Nigeria, but various parts of Nigeria. My nursery education in the West, Ibadan, my primary education in the North, my secondary education in Benin, and I did my diploma in mathematics education. My degree has been in math. My study has been in mathematics all through, right from the diploma to the PhD level. I finished my first degree and I started a business. I founded a school, a nursery, primary, and secondary school. I ran that and managed the school for about 10 years. Then I did my master's in mathematics education and continued into my PhD immediately after my master's. I taught in University of Benin Demonstration Secondary School. I was their major mathematics teacher and later further mathematics teacher for about 7 years. I've been teaching for over 20 years, and now I work as a lecturer with the University of Benin, the Mathematics Education Unit, an adjunct lecturer with the College of Education, the Mathematics Unit, Mosuga, and an adjunct lecturer with the University of Delta, Agbo, in the Mathematics Education Unit. And I'm still a businesswoman and entrepreneur. Thank you. That's my journey in STEM.
Thank you so much. Now we will start formally. And the first thing I'd like to ask you is to tell us what your field is and what got you interested in it. We can start with Dr. Yvonne, if you want.
Okay, so my field, like I have said, is hydrogeology. That is, we are interested in water underground. We are interested in how the water got there, and also interested in the quantities that are there, and interested in the source of the water and also its quality. So hydrogeology is nothing but the study or the science of water that is stored in rocks. And these are found in the rocks that we call aquifers. So that is what hydrogeology is. It is an applied geology course. So how did I get into this? Really, I didn't even intend to read science to start with. From primary school, my mother introduced me to business. So we would trade. So in school, I was more interested in reading such courses so I can be a businesswoman. After my primary education, I decided to go and read business in secondary school. But what happened? My choiced school didn't pick me. Not that I didn't do well. I got 9 A's, but for some reason, the first admission, my name was in the school. I got there, everything went on, I took my prospectus, and just when I had to go back, I was told that my name had been taken out. So really, I was disturbed as a child. So for almost 3 weeks, my colleagues had gone to school. I was in the house. My daddy had to go and look for school for me. And as fate would have it, he got me a school that said that the business class was full and offered me science. So yes, I am a go-getter. I am a go-getter. So I said, okay, whatever it is, I will read it and I'll make the most out of it. So I went into the sciences. That is how I got into the sciences. In those days, there was nobody to tell you anything about whatever is there. But that is how I got into the sciences. But being a goal-getter and being someone who would want to do the most out of anything that came her way, I excelled and also got admission into the University of Ghana. So I read. Here also, the journey became tortuous, you know. I wanted to read computer science. And I got to the university, and the mathematics was a different level. I would spend all my time reading maths. if you don't pass the maths to at least a B level, you will not do computer science. So I missed the opportunity. It was at the university that a compulsory course was there for us to do. And it was geology. I'd never heard anything about geology. What is geology? Well, I went to read it because it was compulsory, and it didn't excite me one bit. So I chose to continue with physics. I was reading physics. And in my third year of the university, the head of physics called me and said, look, there is an interesting course in the Department of Geology you'd love to do. So I want to introduce you to this man who does it in geology. So he picked his call card and wrote behind it and said I should go to the department and talk to the professor. I didn't go. I said I want to read my physics. I continued in the physics. It wasn't that I was interested in physics either, but that is what life gave me. So I needed to make the most out of it. So I was reading physics. And this third year, I needed one extra credit to make up my credits. So I was the only female in the physics class. The boys were there. They said, Yvonne, there is a course in geology. Let's go. It's only one credit. So I went with them. And that is how my geology course all started. And I went to meet this same man I was introduced to, who now told me about hydrogeology and guided me through. And here I am today, a hydrogeologist. So my journey has been divinely connected. And by the grace of God, I made the most, and here I am at the pinnacle of it, talking about geology. That is how I got into hydrogeology. And I don't have regrets at all. It's been a life-fulfilling journey for me. So that is how I got into geology, and specifically hydrogeology. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. We are very happy to have you here so you can share with us your experience. And now you can answer Dr. Esther. I think she lost her connection.
Hello, Dr.
Mm.
Esther, are you there?
Hi, Tina. I think Dr. Esther lost her connection.
Oh,
No.
let's just hold on.
What?
Can you continue? Just continue with the question. She
Okay.
will join us.
Okay. Thank you. Well, the next question, we will ask the question again later to the Dr. Esther, to Dr. Esther, sorry. So the next question is, what does it mean for you to be a woman in STEM and in your sector in particular, Dr. Yvonne?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. A woman in STEM is an exciting one for me. In particular, the field in which I find myself. As a woman in STEM, my field is water. And you know how water is very important to women. It's very important that women are encouraged into the sciences so we can solve problems that are peculiar to us. My area, it's women who go fetching water in this part of our world. It's not every home that is privileged to have pipe-borne water connected to their homes. We have homes that are in remote areas that have depended on surface water resources. These same surface water resources haven't been kept very well over the years. Environmental activities pollute them, human activities pollute them. So you see women walking several kilometers or miles in search for water so they can get their home going. As a woman in STEM, you would appreciate that problem better, and the reason for which women should be encouraged to go into the sciences so we can solve our own problems scientifically. So for me, in my sector, which is water, which is a very important resource in our well-being, has been very fulfilling. The excitement that comes along when you are able to locate a geologic formation that hosts water within a community for its people is fulfilling. You see how the women and even their men come appreciating it, that you have been able to locate water, not only water that is close to them that they won't have to walk several kilometers in search for, but water that also is of good quality to meet their needs. So as a woman in science and as a woman in not only any other science, but the science that brings the very being of humanity alive, it's fulfilling for us to go into this field and get our problem solved. Get water for people to reduce their stress and to make them economically viable. So you cut down the time in search for water, you cut down the illnesses that come along with drinking unsuitable water or low quality water that will end them up in the hospitals, that will make them spend their money and time in the hospitals, is fulfilling. So I would say that as a woman in STEM, it is only us who would appreciate our problems, and it is only us who solve the problems better. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think that Dr. Esther now can hear me. Can you hear me, doctor? No. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Yvonne. It is very inspiring. And now, another question that is very important for us as H Network is, how can you encourage girls to be more interested and be at the forefront of STEM?
Well, like I told you about my journey, I didn't start as an interested party. I started as someone whose science was thrown at. But I have always told my girls that I have said my girls because I go about mentoring girls, that when you want apples and lemons are thrown at you, you don't get depressed. You make lemonades. We are problem solvers. We are solution providers. So we don't go and cry about spilt milk, but whatever is thrown at us, we pick it up and make the most out of it. So I will tell girls, if you are interested in science, go all out for it. Everything you find yourself to do it and do it well. And if you are not interested and it comes your way, oh, make the most out of it. Make the most out of it and always stay on top. Do not get depressed when problems come your way. Life's journey is not always straight. So I advise my younger ones to hold the bull by the horn and face life. And face life knowing that there is a purpose to be achieved. Keep your eyes on the goal. Don't be distracted at all. Be focused in everything you do, trusting that you make the most and you'll be the top. You'll be at the top. That should be the focus. But if you want to be looking around what is happening there, you will lose it and you'll be depressed. Never be depressed when you go in. If it is something you are interested in and you go in there and there are certain challenges coming your way, tell yourself that I am a problem solver. Tell yourself that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Be focused and get it done. And you'll be happy you did. Like that scientist that we all studied about, Einstein. History tells us that he failed his exams 9 times, yet he kept on. So keep on keeping on until you get the goal. He kept on and developed the most theories that we use in physics today, on which a lot of inventions have been made. So I encourage all of us to keep on keeping on. Never be despair. Keep on keeping on until you achieve the most for you, your family, your friends, and your country. That is what I have to tell them.
Thank you so much. And now, sometimes the obstacles that affront girls are not only social, like for example, discrimination, peer pressure, or stereotypes. Sometimes they could be economic. So, do you know of any scholarship or support program for young students offered by your institution or any other institution relating to your field?
Yes, the problems truly are not only social, they can be economic also. And science is very expensive, I must admit. Very expensive, and that also deters some parents, because before you can even use that science to start generating any income, you'd have to study so much or be well advanced in your education. So yes, fortunately, if you are able, for instance, in the University of Ghana, to show that you do not have the means, we have scholarships for brilliant but needy students. There are also other organizations, NGOs, that also sponsor girls in education. And I quite remember, as a female in my class, there was also an award which I won. to encourage me in the sciences. So once you are that person who is dedicated, diligent, and studies and works hard and excels, economic assistance abound. You apply for various scholarships and you get. In Ghana, for instance, some of our members of parliament also have these scholarships they give to females who excel in the academics. So they sponsor you through school. So like I said, you have to prove yourself that you are worthy to be spent on. So I encourage the ladies, the girls, to study. And for the economic assistance, they are bound. You apply for scholarships and you get. In Ghana, for instance, we have the Get Fund also that sponsors students. So you can apply for scholarship. I know some colleagues who even at the PhD level applied for such scholarship. Even myself in recent times, I got assistance from one of the ministries to do a short course also. So such scholarship opportunities abound not only in Ghana, but also internationally. And now and again, we have our Office of Research and Innovation Development that also sends various scholarship opportunities or avenues out to students to apply. I also benefited from a collaboration that my institution has with the University of Rochester for students to complete their studies. So you apply and you get this assistance. So the assistance are many. I got one for my MPhil. I got one for my PhD. Even the PhD, I would say I got about 3. I got bits and pieces from all other places that helped me to finish my PhD. So such opportunities abound for students to tap in. The onus lies on you to excel. That's it. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, thank you so much. And now, Dr. Yvonne, um, I have a question that is,
I
what
can
are the
hear you very well.
uh, who's is that you, Dr. Yvonne? I didn't see who talked.
I think it's Dr. Esther who talked.
Okay, okay. Well, Dr. Yvonne, now I will make another question. That is, what are the interesting projects you have worked on that can contribute to solving today's problems? And what job and career opportunities are there for girls and women who want to study something relating to your field?
Oh, yes, the projects abound. I already shared one with you where we went in search of water for a community that didn't have a good source of drinking water, and the whole community was elated. And one other, which I would say has been so much excellent, is the one that we did for African cities, where we did this investigation to, as it were, find water for irrigation, and that is for food security. Even in recent past, we got another project, the NIDA sponsored project, where we had to study the aquifers or the rocks that host water, because in that terrain it's so difficult to find groundwater. But the study has been very successful. We identified various aquifers that can be used to irrigate farms, because those people are farmers. And in that area, they have only a year, within a year, one major rainy season. Meanwhile, they are farmers. The bulk of Ghana's food comes from that area. So if they should have irrigation systems to be able to farm year round, it would be very good and it will help the nation. And the government is on this project, and also the SDGs, to solve food for jobs and for food security. Irrigation is one that can meet that. And I will say that we have been successful at finding aquifers that can be developed for irrigation. Then also another one, that they use the water for irrigation, but do not use the water the way it should be used, because they think that they have the water along the sea and there is a sandy area. They can irrigate their farms throughout the day. So we had to step in, and then by so doing, they were drawing salt water into their fresh water. So we had to go there, did the research, and then ask them to reduce the amount of water and also to reduce the irrigation period. When it happens like that, you give too much water to the crops, that they are not able to give you quality yield. So we helped the farmers, and they changed their way of irrigation. And now, as I speak to you, they irrigate at the right time with the right quantities of water and are able to produce vegetables year-round. So that is one other achievement. Another was also in the mining area, where one of the mines in Ghana setting up, we needed to go and do this study and drill monitoring wells for them. If I say monitoring wells, these are wells that we drill in various areas in the mine, so that we can monitor the water levels, monitor the quality of the water, to see if the activities of the mine is having any influence negatively on the water, the quantity of the water and the quality of the water. So what we did was that in a major mine like that, they have what they call the tailings dam. They have where the concession is. So we actually did the research and drilled a network of boreholes, and also took samples from the communities, so that we could monitor, take samples every month, do chemical analysis, so that when community come, that since you started mining, our water is being polluted, we can know what data to compare with. And it's been so fulfilling, I must say, for us to do such a thing. Have I answered all the questions? I think you asked two questions in one.
Yes, it's okay. Thank you so much. Um, well, thank you so much for all your apportations, Doctor. We are very happy that we have you here today to share with us your experience as a STEM woman. Unfortunately, Dr. Esther had connection problems, but maybe we can make another talk show with her. Uh, Now, we will pass to a section of questions and answers. So if anyone has any questions, you can open your microphone.
Yeah, I want to say thank you so much, Dr. Yvonne. We've learned a lot from what you've said today, and we are most delighted to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm very, very much happy to be on call today to share my experiences.
yeah, thank you so much. I wouldn't know how the journey was. I can see it was so tough being in this field, but you were able to overcome them all. Just want to say thank you for your words of inspiration and motivation for our girls.
I must say that sometimes girls can be demoralized by the number of males they see in class. Like I told you, in my geology class, we were only two females among 18 male. In my physics class, I was the only female amongst like 20 males. If you
Wow.
are not careful, sometimes these males can pamper you. And
Wow.
when it eats into your head, you may not be able to learn
Great.
or to what you
Sure.
have to do because they'll be ready to do anything for you. I
Sure.
remember one of the times I was like 8 months pregnant and I had to go to the field.
Wow.
Yes, yes, I did. I never used it as an excuse. I said, yes, once it's something we have to do, I had to go.
Wow.
So
It's
I went into the mine to go and
yeah.
take my water samples for the lab analysis.
Hmm.
At the time where I was doing my PhD, all by myself with two guys, we went. So look, the guys are there are some people say they get harassed, but
Finish
I
already.
never got harassed. They were ready to pamper you. Oh, you sit down, we'll do it for you. No, science is not like that. That you sit down for somebody to do, you will not get the skills. But Bible says that have you seen one that is an expert or skilled? He will appear before kings. So have that at the mind of your at the back of your mind and tell yourself that yes, you also want to appear before kings. You want your name to go high up there, so you have to acquire the skills. So in my field, yes, you find the males are because it is field work. Just imagine you have in the mines, you have the miners, the geologists are there, and you are a female. So you see very, very few females that make it there. And even sometimes they rise up, they do it, but they drop out because of family issues. But I'll encourage us that look, when the going gets tough, you have to get going. Once other women have done it, you can do it also. So have that spirit and move on. So many opportunities abound in this field, not only hydrogeology. We have those who study the microorganisms. We have those who study the rocks also. We have the petroleum sector. They are bound. So that is it. Many, many things you can do as a scientist, even if you don't want to do the main geology. As a medical person, because in the mines we have doctors, we have accountants, but you have to have the flair and the tenacity to work there. So I encourage the younger ones Don't be despaired. Put your eyes on the ball. Put your eyes on the ball. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, Doctor. It was a pleasure to make this interview and to listen to your experience. This was such a yeah, motivational and inspiring talk show. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I wish all of us the best in everything we do. And I must say that I am very happy about what you are doing. But I would also want to encourage you to have a parallel session for our males also, because right now what we are seeing in the university is that the males are getting behind. When the females and the males meet in class, the females are doing very well. I would say that because of shows like this, so it's encouraging the females, but the males are also now beginning to lag because they get distracted with a lot of technological things. So I encourage you to probably have a parallel session to encourage males also to get to fix their eyes on the ball. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
Thank you so much. That's very true. And also, if you want to join us in our mentoring program, you are very welcome. So you can send us
Very
a
much
message.
so.
That would be
Very,
great.
very. Okay. I'll be ready to work with you on the mentoring show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ivan.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, we are really honored having you.
Very
But
much so also.
yeah, thank you so much. Actually, our mentorship program has just commended, so we would love to also have you um, join us on the mentorship phase to mentor our girls.
Fine. That's fine. That's fine.
All
That's
right,
fine. Just let me know when, and I will make myself available.
sure. I will share the link with you to join the group.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
and
Thank you
also
so much.
we on this STEM Girls program that we're running, we have um a link. I know I will actually have to share with you maybe on via email. It has to do with we have um our t-shirts for becoming a STEM woman, being a STEM woman, a mentor, ambassador. We have a lot, a friend of a STEM girl, a donor.
Oh,
So we wish you get one from us. I believe you are going to.
yes, 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 yes. Why
Yeah.
not? That
Uh,
is the dream. That is the dream. To get us all on board. That is the
okay.
dream.
Yes, ma. So we really appreciate your coming to this call. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you also for having
Yeah.
me.
Thank you so much. So I will return to the presentation. And here, as Tina was saying, are our well, first of all, this show was hosted by African Girls Empowerment Network, as we mentioned before. Here's our focus areas. We are at the STEM Girls Initiative that is in the area of education. And also, here's our mission as a STEM Girls Initiative that is to inspire, connect, and answer. Here is how you can get involved. You can become a STEM girl. That is the girl that participates in our next STEM Girls talk shows and interview amazing female scientists, as we have here Dr. Yvonne. Also, you can become a mentor volunteer. That is something that we mentioned before. A partner friend, a donor, and here's some information about the ambassadors team. Also, here's our social media and contact in case you want to stay connected. And well, that's all. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And we hope to see you in the next talk show that will be in 2 weeks.
Sure.
Well, thank you so much. Um, And we hope to see you again, Dr. Yvonne.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, gladly so, gladly so.
Perfect. Okay. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.